call people out. So last Monday of the month, I really wanted everybody to be here. Hey, Jen, I want to mute you, but I can't. If you could mute yourself, Jen, that would be awesome. I wanted to end the month with a really strong vibe, right? Because we all have struggled this month, right? Everybody can say that. We've all felt different things. Okay, I'm muted here. There we go. I can feel the energy in the team. And when I heard Ariana kind of share this analogy, it really just hit me. And I felt like myself, I was off my game. And so I was like, let's get our game faces back on. Let's really get back to the root of why we're doing this. And we talk about it all the time, but I think sometimes when you hear it from a different perspective, it hits home. So I wanted to kind of let Ariana take the call for a few minutes in the beginning. And then I do have some content to bring to you guys to really just fire you up to finish the month strong. And we've got fourth quarter, baby, like fourth quarter game time, all in, time to go freaking rock it. So Ariana, I'm going to let you take it away and I'm going to shut up. Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, I feel like the people that are on the call, I think already heard it, but the analogy is that, you know, you're driving your bus, right? Your bus of life, and you're going wherever you want to go, and you have like lots of different, like there's lots of different paths in your life. Like you have the path that's like with your spouse or significant other. You have the path that like with your kids, with your other job, if you have one, with and with this journey. So like when you're driving your bus, you're only going to be able to get to wherever you're trying to go if you fill your bus with people that are going to empower you in such a way that you're going to actually be able to get there. So then as like Danielle and I were talking more, I was thinking more about like the reasons why some of us go silent or why some of us kind of like fall into the background, which I am totally guilty of. And like kind of I just feel like as the driver of your bus, like you need to be worried about yourself first, because you can't go anywhere like if you're not in the right place. So like I think that one of the things I know that I struggle with a lot is that like if I'm not on my game, like then who am I to be like jumping at the chance to like hey, I'm fucking up every weekend, let me come with me. Like no, like I feel like I can't do that. So I have really spent a lot of time like focusing on working my journey, which I know that most of us are doing, but some people I think are having a harder time than others. And so maybe then we haven't found the right people on our bus yet. So like if you are struggling with your own journey or like how to get more people to join you and things like that, then reach out to some of the other people on the team. Like I am basically like constantly connected to Emily and Amy, who I love and I'm going to hang out with. And like, we're going to go to Philly Super Saturday together. But like, I live in between DC and Baltimore, but I'm going to go to Philly for Super Saturday to see them and hang out with them because I feel like their journeys are very, very similar to mine. So that being said, like I bounce ideas off of them all the time, and both of them will admit to the fact that like they haven't signed a person up in a really long time, and like they want to, but again, it's hard when it's like you that's struggling to stay on top of everything. So I think we just kind of need to decide, and I feel like it's okay to decide that you want to put yourself first. Like that's a thing that that's like the number one thing that I say to people when I'm like trying to get them to join me. Like I have to convince them that they're important enough to put themselves first, which I do, but then I have a hard time doing for myself. So it's just really important that you don't necessarily like find the people that are going to like, that you emulate. So like, I wouldn't look for somebody that I want to be like. I would want to look for somebody that is going to help me be the person that I want to be, or that I could help them to be the person that they want to be. Because when you get on Like when you get on their bus, they get on your bus. Like it's all lots of buses. But basically I had this conversation in like a whole separate other analogy pretty drunkenly with a friend over the weekend who was going through like a really hard time with a breakup. And I'm just like, you got to do something different. Like you got to put yourself around the people that are going to help you be the kind of person that you want to be, because you're sitting in a corner by yourself, like pissed off that your girlfriend is dating someone new. But like, go like find the people that are going to help you feel better. Like stop throwing yourself a pity party. And I think that that's something that I'm super guilty of all the time. Oh, I have 2 kids. Oh, I have this. Oh, I'm taking a grad class. Oh shit, I broke my ankle. Like it's always going to be something. Like it's never just perfect. Like how long have things ever been just like, oh my God, everything is great. I'm having a great run. Like how long does that happen? It doesn't. So it's always something, and you have to figure out how to navigate all of those things because they're not going to stop. They're not. So I think that that's just something that we need to really make sure that we're connecting with the right people. And not everybody is going to be the same kind of coach. Like I'm not looking to never go back to teaching. I'm not looking to have this be like my full-time gig forever. Like I'm doing it because it helps me be accountable for my journey, because I still have a lot to do in that regard. And also like, I really like helping people and talking to people. And now that I am staying home with my kids for the next 2 years, like I need the community. Not to say that when I go back to work, I won't need the community, but I'll be in a different place on my journey, and I'll be wanting to go to a different area, and I'll maybe need to surround myself with different coaches and different types of challengers. And that it's like always changing. It's always going to be changing. And I think that that's something that instead of saying like, change is bad, I got to back off, you figure out how to roll with it and how to keep going. So.
Love it. I literally have chills because my whole like idea behind this call is, it was so along the lines of what you said. So
well, good.
Great minds think alike.
Yes.
But like just to go along with what Ariana said, I'm going to mute you so you don't have background when we both speak. To go along with what Ariana said is like, we're all on the same bus too, right? Like there's 5 people on the bus right now, not that many to fill it, right? But the energy we all bring pushes the bus forward or keeps it where it's at or goes backward, you know? So I think we all have to kind of remember that it's not just the bus of your challengers or the bus of your family or friends, it's the bus of our team. And sometimes you need multiple drivers to get up and somebody be the eyes, somebody be the hands, somebody be the feet, and push that bus forward, right? So I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully you guys have a piece of paper that you can write on the front and back of, if you don't mind. So I will say a lot of the idea behind this call came from a call that I watched from Brad Bizjack, who is like freaking incredible speaker. I can send his name to you guys after. But again, I really just wanted this to be a call where it's like, let's get really real, right? Like, let's ask ourselves the questions of where we are and where we want to go. And something Liz gave me feedback on is like, let's do an actionable call, not where I just give you content of like, here's how to do this, here's how to do that, but like legitimately asking you guys questions. And you need to write down either in the chat or in your notebook what you're feeling and what you're thinking. Because I want this to be participatory and not just me like throwing stuff at you. So I did put a cute bus thing, but I didn't put it up when you spoke, but the energy bus is there. So I wanted to start it off with, raise your hand if you've ever failed in this business, right? Big fat failure. If you watch the people at Summit go across the stage, do you want to know the one thing that they have in common? They're professional failures. Every accolade, every recognition, every name that walks across stage, they are professional failures. The people that you hear on the national wake-up call, they just failed harder than you. And you guys, Facebook, I'm going to get a little saucy tonight. Facebook is a fucking highlight reel. It's not real. It's not true. And like some of you messaged me this week, like, are you okay? You're kind of sharing a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I need to just share the shit because sometimes we live in shit and it's okay. It's okay to share it. Does it mean you're negative or, like mean? No, heck no. But you guys got to share the stuff that's hard. And the past week or two has been hard for me mentally. I don't know why, but it just has. So have you guys ever pushed for something and come up short? Right? How do you feel? Put in the chat. How do you feel when you've come up short? Do you feel proud? Do you feel happy? Do you feel miserable? Do you feel like, what do you feel? Shitty? Okay. Defeated, like a failure, disappointed, destroyed, worthless, disappointed, ashamed. Those are things I wrote down. Like when you see someone that comes in the team and they crush it faster than you, or they got to Emerald faster than you, or they got to Success Club faster than you, what do you feel? You feel like you're missing something, right? You feel like, what do they have that I don't? What are they doing that I'm not doing? Like, where am I missing the boat? But guys, comparison takes the fun out of everything we do. And pain in life is guaranteed, but suffering is optional. So you get to decide, I'm going to celebrate the success of others on this team because it's going to prove to me what is possible for me. Not, oh, poor Danielle, or oh, poor Brianna, or whatever. Like, if you believe you're not good enough, you're holding yourself back from serving others. So I wanted to bring to you guys some of my biggest failures in this business because I think sometimes we forget I'm a big fat failure too, okay? The first 4 months of my business, I had to ask for favors to hit Success Club. Yes, my best friends, my family, they signed up for me to hit Success Club. I'm not proud of it. I didn't even hit Success Club the first 4 months, but I did it, right? My first diamond ever quit. She's no longer on this team. She's no longer part of Beachbody. She's gone. We missed premiere last year by 1 day, 24 freaking hours. I didn't run a challenge group for about 1.5 years into the business because I depended on my upline coach to do it for me. And then my upline coach quit and I had to transfer to a new coach, which never happens in Beachbody. Noelle beat me to diamond and I was pretty pissed about that. I've received 5-paragraph messages about how salesy I am. 2 people showed up to my first challenge group, my mom and my best friend. 100% of my 2014 coaches and discount coaches quit. Like I literally went my back office and I looked, quit. 90% of the 2015 people are still here and Ariana's one of them. Like, guys, think about that. 2 years worth of people, not here. Literally, 5% of them when you add it together. And Claire's probably the other 2.5%. And I lost my best friend in this business. So if you think that it's easy, or you think that I hit Success Club like the drop of a hat, or you think that I hit rank like without any failures, you're dead freaking wrong. I could have easily quit at so many of these things, right? I could have easily just said, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'm just not good at this. Nobody's going to join me. Nobody's going to say anything to me. I was Emerald for 1 year. Like, that's just bullshit. It's the bullshit story you're telling yourself. Because failure is part of this, guys. It's part of it. So I wanted to bring an example. Are you focusing on where you're going, or are you looking to the side? So we all know Michael Phelps, right? It's like won an insane amount of Olympic gold medals. And the reason he won this race, and probably every other race he's won, he never focuses on the person next to him. He never looks to the side. He never compares himself. He never wonders what the other person's doing. He's got his headphones on. He's got his primed game face on, and it's game on straight to the finish line. No looking to the side, no looking back, no wondering what everybody else is doing. It's forward, and that's it. It's like if you went down an expressway at 80 miles per hour and you started going like this, what would you do? You would crash and burn, right? You would totally just total your car. I mean, you'd risk your life probably, right? So why do we keep looking at each other as a pivotal point to hit, or like a rank of comparison, or something that they're doing that I'm not? That's taking away from where you're going. Why not ask yourself, what do I want this year? Where do I want to be December 31st? What can I do to get myself there? Instead of looking to the person to the side. If you guys have been in this business for more than 3 months, you shouldn't be following any other coaches. And I tell you that from the bottom of my heart because I lived in comparison for so freaking long. I followed every coach under the book. And I know some of you say, oh, well, I like it for inspiration. Bullshit. Who's at Success Club on this call? The only person is Ariana. You're kidding yourself, guys. You're doing this. The guy in the green hat, that's you. Because you're watching what other people do. You're watching what I do. And you're not running your own race. I lived in comparison for a year because Noelle beat me to diamond. And I was so freaking pissed. But every time you sit in that green cap right there, you are wondering why you're still there. But you're really taking your service away from other people. And you're not focusing on what you want. So if you feel in a slump, if you feel hopeless, you know exactly what to do, but you just can't quite do it or find your drive to get there. Like, how many of you sit at your computer some days and you're like, I know what to do, but I see my favorite TV show on. Or it's kind of fun to go to happy hour tonight. Or I'm going to sit on the phone with my mom for an hour, right? Like, you come up with these things in your brain as to why you shouldn't do this or why you can't do this tonight or why it's just not your time. The cool thing is you get to rewire your brain tonight. At least start doing it. It's a skill that's learned to stop doing this and start putting the blinders on. And hopefully what I'm going to give to you guys is going to help you do that and really get deep and think about it. So instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, why does this happen to me? Instead of creating that wall of self-sabotage, it's time to love yourself and the goal you are going after. Not the team, not what I want, what you want. All right? So I want you guys to pull out your paper or close your eyes. You can look at the image and then close your eyes. And I want you to think of the worst memory of your entire life. Worst memory. How does it make you feel? What in that moment did you feel? Right? And now I want you to shift. What memory in your life are you truly grateful for? Was it having your kids, getting married, finding your boyfriend, getting your degree, buying your house? And I want you to breathe right now the same way as you would in that grateful moment you've had in your life. Just breathe it in. Now open your eyes. Did you think about the negative experience in your state of gratitude? No. You focused on the grateful, right? You focused on that amazing memory in your life that you'll cherish forever. Like, we are some of the most grateful human beings ever. If you think about it, y'all have a house over your head. You have a job. You put food on your table every single night without thinking twice. You're a U.S. citizen, which means you're in like the top 1% of the entire globe. So why do we live in that state of negativity, right? Why do we take ourselves there? The view that you have of your life will determine your future. So the view you have right now, for my man Tony Robbins, whatever you hold in your mind in a consistent basis is exactly what you'll experience in your life. We talk about it all the time, right? Personal development. I know, Danielle, but I'm not really doing it, or I'm not really giving it my all, or I'm just kind of listening to it, but not really taking it in. You have to replace those negative thoughts with passion and excitement if you want to go anywhere in this business. You have to focus on where you're going instead of what's wrong, because every time you say you're depressed, you're stressed, you're overwhelmed, you're tired, you're anxious, you're taking yourself away from being truly happy. Not just in this opportunity, in your life, right? Because your thoughts are your reality. So what stress really is just a covert of fear. What overwhelm is really just you saying you're scared to do something. And you're using it as your bullshit excuse, because we can't expect perfection. That doesn't exist. I'm not perfect. If you guys think I sit at my computer for 24 hours a day sending messages and getting on live videos and checking up on people, I don't. I don't want to. Do I hustle? Yeah, I have spirits of hustle. But I don't want to be chained to a computer for the next 50 years. That's not what we're working for. This is an imperfect world. And so you have to let the perfection go. You have to allow yourself to accept the reality you're in and that you get to change it. Because the quality of your life is in direct proportion to the quality of your thoughts. And any moment in time, you can choose to change the way you think. And I know, getting a little sappy here, getting a little cliche, but when someone, aka you guys, share your life as amazing as somebody else wants a piece of it, you're going to be filling your bus with thousands and thousands of people. I'm telling you, it's a mindset. So, do you ever notice when you have a goal, your mind plays tricks on you, right? Like some of you, who's attached to diamond right now? You want to hit diamond, right? Raise your hand. Anybody? So you have attached your self-worth to becoming diamond. And I know because you haven't hit it yet. So you've come up with this grand idea of diamond that it's going to like change your world or make you really happy in the team or make you look as a leader. And you've put your self-worth on the line for this goal. And you think to yourself, this is a must or I'm a horrible person. And what you're really doing is you're pushing success away. It's like, whoa, I never thought about it that way, right? So I want you guys to think of how do you feel when you miss a goal, right? Raise your hand if you've done any of the following. Missed Success Club, 1 month this year. Missed a rank, 1 month this year or 1 week this year. Lost money from a return. Had a coach cancellation. Had coaches quit. Challengers gone silent. Dropped rank. Missed a bonus, right? This shit happens. This is part of what we do. So why do we expect perfection? It's never going to happen. And if you keep thinking it is, it's not going to work that way. So I want to take it to one specific thing that I think a lot of you are focusing on right now. I want you to think of a month when you didn't hit Success Club this year. And I want you to think of the mystery reasons about why it happened. So this is where you're going to get out a piece of paper and you're going to draw one circle on the left side and draw one circle on the right side. I think Liz got on her flight, I guess. So on the left side, I want you to write down the reasons you didn't hit Success Club. And I'm going to name a few as I go through, but I want you to write down the reasons you told yourself or you told the team or you told somebody why you didn't hit Success Club. I didn't have time. I didn't know if I could do it. I need this to work, and if it doesn't, I'm totally screwed. I always hear no. Every time I try, it doesn't work. I don't know if I can do it. I'm a bad coach if it doesn't happen. Why are they able to do it and I'm not? What these really are is emotions, reasons, excuses, which really leads to you being incredibly stressed, super intense. But really, what's the only fact of this question? Why didn't you hit Success Club? What's the only fact? You didn't hit Success Club. That's the only fact, right? And which one do you know how to solve? The left reasons or the right reasons? It's pretty simple. I would go the simpler fact, right? You didn't hit Success Club. You know how to solve it? Invite more people. That's it. Boom. Done. So I want you guys to accept the fact and say it out loud. Literally, I want you to say it out loud right now. I didn't hit Success Club. Not so hard, right? So I want you now to think, turn your paper over and draw 2 more circles. And I want you to ask yourself, what do you feel regularly from this outcome? On the left, is going to be the things you feel from this outcome. So I haven't put the slide up yet, just go with it. So I'm going to rattle some off that I've felt in the past, right? Stress, anxiety, guilt, fear, shame, sadness, struggle, should have, unhappy, trapped, faithless, victim, passionless, forcing, depressed, scarcity, doubtful, questioning, ungrateful, comparison. What if you just let that go? What if you just let all those feelings go and you just chilled out and you just were who you are, your real authentic self, your real freaking awesome self? I'm not telling you not to work hard, but I'm telling you to accept the fact of what happened. Can we all just accept it? We missed him on the Success Club. So freaking what? Does the president care if you hit Success Club or not? Heck no. That's probably a bad example, but you guys know what I mean. Like, your boss doesn't care if you didn't hit Success Club. Carl's not kicking you out of Beachbody. So what? Accept it and move on. Why not become committed to achieving a goal and not letting your entire self-worth depend on that goal, right? Like, be committed to Diamond. Be committed to Success Club every month. Be committed to 1 star and going to LA this next year. And every single day, you love the process of doing it and the person you're becoming and taking the action towards that goal, right? So instead of attaching those negative feelings and thoughts of, I gotta do this, instead become committed to it. And love yourself either way. So on the right, when you're committed to these goals and you love the process of doing it every day, what do you feel, right? On the right, you feel passion, energy, happiness, enthusiasm, drive, health, growth, vitality, progress, unstoppable. I want you to write down what makes you feel good when you commit to something. Like, write the feelings you have down on the right side. Alive, belief, excitement, abundance, smiling, freedom, forgiveness, trustworthy, resourceful, pumped up. So which 2 circles do you solve the problem for? Which 2 circles do you get damn good social media content from? Which 2 circles are you better in writing from? Focusing on the fact and accepting what happened, and then being committed to the goal where you want to go and where you want to hit. Okay? So I really want you guys to come back to this recording and listen to these things and list them out for yourself. And if you have to put them in front of your face every day, do it. So one of the things that I love about this business and life in general is you get to generate energy. Like, an energy plant doesn't just like have energy sitting there waiting to like give it to the entire world to light up. You have to create it. You have to put something in to get something out, right? You have to bring friction and energy and whatever they put together in the energy plant to release it to the world, to put lights in our homes, to create hot water, to have different activities, right? To bring a city to life. You get that from commitment because it gives you the life that you want. It's more fun to set goals when you bring energy to the table, when you bring commitment to the table. It's more fun to be a coach when you bring that energy to the table. It's easier to work every day when that energy is within you, right? This business becomes more fun when you have the energy. But Danielle, like, whatever, I can tell myself I'm a great leader and I deserve it, but then there's still that little voice inside my head that's like, yeah, okay. Whatever you tell yourself, right? I know you guys have felt it. So you have to work so freaking hard at reversing your mindset. And we're going to do it and start it right now. So I want you to raise your hand. Again, I told you guys, participatory call. If you've said any of these things to yourself in the past year, why don't I have enough money? Why am I so lonely? Why don't people like me? Why do I always screw it up? Why am I so fat? Why is it so hard for me to lose weight? Why can I never catch a break? Why is it so easy for others, not me? Sorry. What can't I do? Why can't I do anything right? Why am I so unhappy? Why are we assholes to ourselves? Like, that's ridiculous when you say it out loud, but you guys know you've said one of those things in your head in the past year. Why do we talk to ourselves, right? Like, we listen to PD, but when it comes to telling yourself you're amazing, it's like, yeah, okay. Your life is a direct reflection of your thoughts. Your goals is a creation of your reality. So we have to reverse the way that we're talking about this. And really the gap between all those things and how we talk to ourselves and where we want to go, I'm going to give you a hint. It's belief in your own damn self, right? Most of us don't believe that we can achieve the goals we set. And so we set them so low. We say, I'm only going to hit Success Club 5. Or I'm going to be diamond by the end of the year. Why not freaking diamond by next month? Why not $100 extra next week? Why not going and running your own challenge group next month? Like, we're thinking too small. The energy bus is too small. The people on this call is too small. I'm not happy about it. And I'm going to do everything in my power to turn the energy bus around. Because I don't want to be 4 people on a call. I want 100 people on this call. Not because I want them to hear me speak, because I want other people to voice the things that they're teaching and learning and growing through, right? And I want the belief that we're going to sit here right here tonight and create to inspire hundreds of other people to go after this opportunity. But I can't do it alone, right? Your circle is different than my circle, and different than Ariana's circle, and different than Jen's circle. And together, imagine all those circles, guys. Like, that's thousands of people's lives that sit in our hands every day. And yes, it starts with you, like Ariana started this call with. So when you say, why is it so hard to hit diamond, you're self-sabotaging. You're finding a way to watch TV. You're not finding more people to talk to. You got to ask more intelligent questions of yourself if you want to get into a positive route and a forward motion with this business in changing other people's lives. How about you say, why is it so easy to hit diamond? Why is it so easy for me to find 3 people tonight? Why is it so easy to get on a team call every single Monday? You don't need to know the answer why it's so easy. You just focus on finding it through the action you take every day. So I'm going to give you permission to make a list. And this is going to be a good one. Get out your piece of paper and drop your crap here. Yep. Ariana, I had to bring out the call for you. I want you to write down every single negative thing you tell you or ask yourself right now about this business, about your body, about your life, about the reasons you can't be successful, about why people won't join you. I want you to write it down right here, right now. Like, why am I so broke? Why isn't this working? Why aren't people answering me? Why am I not back to my high school weight? Why don't these jeans fit me? Just write it all down. Man, you guys are holding in a lot of shit. All right, you guys can finish your crap list later. So now we're going to flip and turn those questions into empowering questions. Like, why is my business booming? Why is it so easy to hit Success Club? Why are so many people loving my posts? Do you see how that's the energy you want? Instead of focusing on the energy you don't want, or the stuff you don't like about your life, or the stuff that's bringing you down and stressed out? When you're forced to focus on the good and the grateful and the things that bring you joy, the work for this business is going to get a lot simpler, and it's going to get a lot more joyful, and it's going to be something that brings light to your life because that's what you focus on. So you guys really have 3 options from here on out. Number 1, you can quit today. I'll give you the coach cancellation form. I've sent it before, so I don't have a problem sending it again. I don't think any of you guys want that because you're here for a reason. Number 2 is you can stay in the same spot. You can keep comparing yourself. You can keep being scared of going Facebook Live. Bullshit. You can keep being ungrateful. You can keep focusing on all the negative things that aren't working in your life. You can keep telling the story of why you can't do this or why you can't hit that or why you can't help that person. Or number 3, you can grow. You can become a stronger person through the action that you take because you're committed to the goals that you set for yourself. Not just every month, not just every year. I really want you to just give yourself daily goals. Like write 3 goals down and check them off. Write 3 goals for the week. Like that's why I put that poll in our cup because I want you to write them down because when you write them down, you recognize what you want and why you want it. Be the person that uplifts others, not because you want to compare yourself, because you want to attract more of that into your life and your future team. And it proves that it's capable for you. Like our team's going to go 3-star diamond in 2 weeks. And I hope that proves to you guys, if I can do it, why not you? Like what's the difference? The only difference is you don't believe in yourself. And some time, that's it. You should see those things as people getting up on the Millionaires Club and speaking at the national wake-up calls and winning vacations. Like I want every one of you on the Success Club trip. I freaking hate going alone to these events. I hate it because everybody else of my friends has their teams there. And it sucks. I didn't build this business to go to crazy, awesome places alone. I built it to bring my friends and bring their families and show your spouses that this is a real deal and you're going to change their life and you're going to give them every vacation every year for the rest of their life. Isn't that worth growing through? Isn't that worth struggling through? Isn't that worth showing up every day for? Like having your spouse or your mom or your friend sitting on a beach, drinking a Corona and saying, damn, I don't have to pay for 1 dime of this. It's the greatest feeling in the world. But you can't do it unless you run your own race. So like Ariana said, like I said, our thoughts were so aligned tonight. There is no right time. You have to fall in love with what you're doing every single day. And if you're not joyful in what you're doing, it's time to try something new. It's time to change it up. It's time to lean into me. I told you guys, tag me in your conversations. Like put me in there, not because I know everything, but because I cannot give you another set of eyes. Or tag Ariana in. She knows how to hit Success Club if you haven't before. Like ask for help. Control your energy and the people you surround yourself with. If you have friends or family members in your life that are not serving you, it's ta-ta, this is my space, this is where I'm going, it's blinders on, full force. And right now, I just don't need that. You get to choose who comes in and out of your life. The time you spend waiting for that right moment or that right time or when you're a little bit less busy or less chaotic going on, is time you could be giving, could be leading, could be serving others, could be building a 1,000-person tribe. But because you waited, they went and signed up with somebody else. How's that feel? Not too good, right? So I want you guys to remember the gift that you have in your pocket every single day. The gift of financial freedom and the gift of health. And every single person on this world, you cannot tell me somebody who doesn't want one of those 2 things, right? You have an amazing opportunity in the palm of your hand every damn day. You can type to, you can talk to, you can hustle through. But you have to fall in love with what you do. And you have to do more of what you love. Otherwise, it just becomes like another thing on your to-do list and it'll be the first thing that goes out when life gets crazy, right? We've all been there. I've done it. Even when life isn't crazy, I just don't feel like it because I lost my joy. You have to stand for something, guys. And I want to ask you, will you do the minimums or will you do the maximums? I don't think you guys are minimum people, or you wouldn't be giving me an hour of your time uninterrupted with maybe a dog, right? You wouldn't be taking time away from your family to commit to this business if you wanted to be the minimum. You wouldn't show up in our challenge group every single day at 6 a.m. or 8 p.m. if you didn't want to serve others. So why not just freaking pump the heck out of the well? Just because you signed up as a coach doesn't mean that's your start date. Today can be your start date. Today can be the day you draw a line in the sand and say, this is no longer acceptable to me. It's simple. What's your start date? The only thing I ask you to do in this business is drink a milkshake, post on social media, invite others to join the journey, and run freaking bomb challenge groups, which I help you do so that you help people get transformations. That's it. Why are we complicating things? You have to pump the well harder and harder and harder, and nothing's going to come out. Nothing's going to come out. It's going to feel dry. It's going to be a struggle. You're going to be pulling your arm off, pumping that well, and then drip by drip, a little will come out, and then it'll stop. And then it'll be hard. And then people will tell you no. And then they'll tell you to back off. And then they'll stop answering you. And then you keep pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. And then all of a sudden a little trickle will come down. It's happened in my business, and I can tell you this for a fact. I still have to work, but it's a lot easier for me to hit Success Club now because I put 3 years of hard freaking work. And it kills me. The most pet peeve thing of mine is when other coaches come into this team and they show up on social media really great for about 2 weeks, and then they go silent. And then they stop coming on team calls, right? And then they say they want to be a part of Team Cup, but then they don't really do it. Like, be committed to something. Like, just do it for a month and see what happens. I can tell you it'll get you to where you want to go. And not just from me. I mean, like, Ariana said Success Club this month, and she'll tell you because she was committed. She was committed to her fitness, to her personal development, to her inviting. That was it. And I say this from my heart of hearts, because guys, I don't care about the stuff. But what brings me joy is that you guys actually take action on this stuff. And you actually dig your heels back in and just get consistent with something small this week. Like, if it's literally just your workouts and your nutrition plan, do it, right? Don't cheat, don't skip, don't give excuses, don't bullshit rant and rave on social media. That's not what you're here to do. You're here to inspire people, to motivate people, and to be a positive light in somebody's life. If you're sharing makeup links and complaining about the rain and, all this other stuff, I'm not going to get into a social media call, but like, just be consistent in whatever you do. And then layer by layer, add your mindset, add your positive affirmations, add the thoughts that we talked about tonight, and get committed to whatever you want. So that is my content for tonight. I'd love to open it up to you guys and see if anything hit you or spoke to you. Silence Sally's. How you guys feeling? Ariana, you want to speak?
Yeah, I can.
Go for it.
Okay, so I think that my biggest thing is, like, I did a lot of inviting or whatever in August because I was really, like, committed to Team Cup. Like, I was on a team, and, like, I didn't want to let them down, and, like, that was a big part of, like, why I did it. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, especially for, like, the girls that were actually engaged in Team Cup, mm-hmm. If, like, do like a fake one, like on our team with, just like us not competing against each other, because, like, really that's not the point, but at the same time, like, when you put yourself into smaller teams of people that want to show up for each other, and they want to all the things, all the Team Cup things, like, because I will say, like, once I hit Success Club, I kept going because, like, Team Cup was still happening, but, like, I've backed off for sure in the last like week or so. And that has to do with like stuff that's going on with me and like whatever. But at the same time, like I don't want to stop. I don't want to like not hit Success Club next month. I don't know, that was just a thought I had. But the other thing is that like I got some of my old challengers from a long time ago to at least like get the Beachbody on Demand and like the All Access or whatever. And like I think there's like 12 people in the challenge group, and 3 of them are like me, Emily, and Amy. And then there's like 2 people that they have, and like everybody else is like my person that I signed up.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's talking. Like one of the girls on the Rate Your Day literally just said, I feel like I'm talking to myself in this group, but it's still holding me accountable, so that's cool. And I just told her, like, keep talking. Like, people are listening. Even if they're not saying anything, they're listening. So I don't know how to, like, engage more because I was overwhelmed by, like, the Shift Shop test group.
Bigger groups.
For me,
Yeah.
because it's too big.
Yeah.
And, like, I had like one person in that group, and I always missed her posts because there was so much stuff going on because there was like 100 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I was like, okay, this is going to be small. This is going to be way better. Like I'm going to see everything. I'm going to know what's going on, but then
Here's the deal.
It shouldn't be easier for people to say nothing because then literally no one's saying anything. So I don't know what to do there because I feel like it's shitty. Like, I don't know that anybody gets anything out of it.
Do you send an email to them when they sign up about like asking what they need from you?
No.
Okay, let's set that up this week because I use that as ammo to go back when they're quiet and say, well, you told me to bother you this many times a week if you didn't show up, or you told me to contact you this way if you didn't show up, what's going on? So it gives you ammo, but then also set the expectations in that first email, and I'll send you a copy of mine so you can kind of just like copy paste and run with it. Mm-hmm. Because you're not a babysitter, right? You have a life, you have shit going on, you have your own kids. Mm-hmm. If they don't show up in that group, like my challengers know, if you don't show up, like that's on you. That's not on me because I spend hours and hours of time putting shit together.
Yeah, but then that makes me feel bad for like the one person is engaging. And so like that doesn't have anything to engage with because nobody's doing anything.
Let that motivate you to bring in people that want to be there.
Right.
And keep serving people.
Right.
Okay? So don't stop. Keep pushing.
I won't.
I know you won't. Proud of you. What you got, Brianna? Bree.
I think my biggest thing is and just like continues to be the fact that I'm not happy with where I'm at in my journey, plus just like getting over that fear of just talking to people or like reaching out to people, you know, and asking, hey, do you want to join me? But it's that whole kind of mindset of what we talked about tonight. It's like, well, if somebody had never asked me, would I be here now kind of thing? And just kind of pulling the whole, you know, I'm kind of like preparing myself for failure. And so I'm like, well, if I don't ask, then I can't fail. But at the same time, it's like, you're not going anywhere if you don't ask.
Can I be real?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like where you are?
No.
Do you want to be here this time next year?
Yeah.
Do you want to be here this time next year like you are now? Sorry, better question.
No.
Do you want to continue to have one challenger?
No.
Just get over your fucking fear and accept it, right?
Yeah.
You're taking this opportunity away from the next top coach. Is that fair? Like, that's how I treat my business. That's the mindset I have. If I don't invite today, I could literally be sitting on the next top coach. How's that fair? That's thousands of lives that could be touched with that person because they're going to hustle harder than you, which is what you want in your leaders. Like, I hope you guys know that. To be super successful in this business, you want your leaders to surpass you. My coach Rachel says that all the time because our team will surpass her this year. It's not like, it's not mean. It's just the way that our trajectory is going and building. So go find your top coach, right? Let that be your driver. How cool is it going to be when you have 10 people on the Beachbody Challenge stage at Summit in Indianapolis? Like, that's my joy too. When I saw, I don't know if you guys got an update, I forget if it's for Diamonds and Above. They tell you how many like challengers of yours submitted for the Beachbody Challenge so far this year. I had 17 people. And like, you guys may think that's really good, but you have to remember that I've helped over 200 people in the past 3 years. I was like, shit, that's not me doing my job. So get over yourself and do it and take the action. Like, you know what to do. Get committed to what you want. Just do it. Because what you're doing isn't working, right? It's because I love you, because I want you to be on that stage, because I want you to go to LA and I want you guys to go together. Like, how cool is it going to be when 10 of you go to LA because you all finished the year at 1-star diamond? Every single one of you, as the people that are potentially can go, have spouse accounts, so you can literally get there yourself. Pretty freaking cool. Like, I want to see your faces in Carl's face with like the whole team. Like that, I'm gonna have FOMO not going. But that's my vision for our team. But you have to be committed to it. Because you're sending 10 invites on Facebook every day. Like, you can do it. It's the only difference. And reach out to Ariana when you need a swift kick in the pants, right? But
I don't feel like I kick people in the pants. But like, seriously though, I really struggle with the whole inviting thing too. Like, I keep trying to figure out like what's the next way that I'm gonna find new people. And I feel like I also am like afraid of like going into like these other groups and just like finding people and friending people, and like it's turning into like this like big source of stress for me, which is stupid because you just click add friend, and then if they don't add you, you don't even remember. Like, you just do it. And then the other thing is that like I haven't been putting, like I haven't had as many like vulnerable type posts as I've had like earlier when I was like signing lots of people up. And so I basically, like, my message would always be like, thanks so much for your support on whatever I shared, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to be open and honest about this journey because it's definitely a tough one to share, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that I've done, that I did, like in August,
Mm-hmm.
that I felt like was super helpful, was that like I would talk to people before my workout. So like while I was like
Getting energized
or whatever. So like I was messaging people, and like for some reason those people were like awake and ready to message me at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know why, but I would talk to them for like 15 minutes or so, and then I'd be like, hey, I'm about to go work out. I want to get that done because I need that me time before Mike goes to work. So like I would like fill that little like, I'm getting my me time, blah, blah, blah. So it like drops the nugget in their brain a little bit without saying like, hey, I'm doing this thing and da-da-da-da, like, let's talk about it. And so I felt like that was super helpful, because then people were like, oh, well, what are you doing? Oh, cool. That's neat. It's really important to set time aside for yourself, you know, like things like that. So that it's hard though. Like, I don't love sending like,
here's the thing.
But like,
go earn your right to invite by sharing the hard stuff.
Right.
That's what you have to do. Did it work?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hit Success Club? Did you help people?
Yeah.
So you already know what to do.
Right. Right.
Be committed to the goal. Like, you're sitting inches from diamond right now, which should feel pretty. Yeah, you are. I know. I saw the coach cancellation forms. They happen. Shit happens.
That's the other thing, though, that I feel like has helped me like advance so much right now, is like I don't even care.
Good.
I'm not worried about it.
Good.
Because like, and I've talked to Danielle about this, like I don't need the income. Like, I don't have to have it. I'm not like hurting in any way. And if you need the money, then you need the money, and then you figure it out and you hustle. But like, not worrying about it has like helped me so much. Like, I don't even like, oh, I made Success Club.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm supposed to get a t-shirt. I missed that email. Like, I don't even know what's going on because I'm like worried about like, oh my gosh, I didn't work out today. Like, I need to work out. I need to post something about this. I need to do this. I need to make sure that I connect with people that are like appreciating the things that I'm sharing, because I want to be connected to people that are appreciating what I'm doing. So like, and I think just taking the whole like, oh, did I make money? Did this happen? Did that happen? Like, I didn't know how much money I was going to make.
Yeah. It's the simplicity of it.
Yeah. So I feel like that.
Stay rooted in that.
Yeah.
Stay rooted in it because it works for you. And I think for you, it's the joy of helping other people.
Yeah.
And keeping yourself accountable by doing that.
Yeah.
That's the root of what we do, right?
Right.
So hold on to it. I was going to say something else, but I forget. Yeah. Go ahead, Brie.
I was going to say, I totally still get stuck too in the whole, you know, posting things. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to post about this like vulnerable part of my day or like this thing that bugs me, but I still haven't overcome it or like figured out where the positive is in the story. And I'm like, God, if I just post all this stuff, people are going to be like, ooh, you know, that it's just like, I'm
the team.
Yeah.
Lean on each other. Like, I think sometimes you guys think that like, you're like bugging people or something, but when in reality, the more that y'all share in our group, it's like, everybody feels FOMO that isn't. It's like the challenge group aspect, the same thing you're saying. When Justine's showing up at 4 a.m. like an ungodly, unhuman being, like I know I need to be there, right? And so if you guys get in the habit of sharing these things that you're sharing right here, right now, on a more regular basis in your message pod or in the cup page. And Ariana, I think we can totally do a monthly, like keep that same group and just ask month to month in Glow Diggers, okay, who wants to run this month? And then you can be in this group. And you have to commit to whatever goal you're going to set out for yourself, right? But I'm totally down for that because I think it's been super beneficial for those of you putting into it. But I think it's really just using the team, you know, like if you're not sure, you're still not confident, bounce the idea off of somebody. Like tonight, I haven't done my power hour yet. And I literally have backed off of Noelle for the past couple of months, but I texted her today. I was like, I need at 8:30 to do a power hour with you. She's like, done. So don't be bashful about doing that with the simplest things, because that's how we all grow. Like I built my business with her. Our team would not be where we are without her. So don't feel like you need to do it alone. Okay? Does that make you feel better? I mean, that's what I said. Tag me into your conversations. Like, tag anybody into your conversations because you can't do this business alone. You can't get to 5-star alone. You can't build $1,000 income alone. You can't build a tribe of people who've lost 50 pounds alone. You just can't. So I think we need to lean into that more and use that as like our strength. Like Ariana's really good at stuff making simple that sometimes I make it too complicated, you know? That's just my nature, but then sometimes I'm good at other stuff. So use each other's strengths to your advantage. Okay? Well, let's go share our story. Come back and listen to this call if you need. And thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. All right, let's go bring the energy back. Call some people out to watch this call that you know that need to hear it and finish the month committed to your goal. All right? Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.